turnout. It's going to be worse. It's going to be snowing outside. That's good. Because we got some rain. I see Joe's back there filming this, so I think for 1995 you can get a copy next week. Okay, first of all, let me welcome everybody for coming tonight. I know, actually, Terry and I sat down and spent a lot of time going through the schedule, trying to find out a single night that there wasn't a municipal authority, housing authority, any kind of authority, any kind of committee, and it took us to leap year to find a date. So I'm not sure what we're going to do the next couple of years, but we got it. We have it all corralled. There shouldn't be a single one going on today that I'm aware of, unless there's something rescheduled. So anyway, let me start off with I don't believe I have to tell anybody how this economy is in this world today, and how your city council works very hard to keep the services that everybody expects and deserves without raising your taxes. And actually, for 2 years, we've kept taxes right from being raised at all. And I'd like to stand here in front of you and tell you that'll never happen, but we all know that that's not going to be the situation. There's no simple approach to building a strong city. It will take more than 5 elected officials at 225 Market Street. I personally believe that the majority of the citizens of Sunbury want to see our town improve. I believe that if we create new and positive programs, solicit their support, we will get their involvement within their neighborhoods or maybe within their personal expertise. We have a new city comprehensive plan and a positive direction to take our community. I personally believe it is mine and your city council's responsibility to see that that plan is implemented in a positive direction and that we continue to invest in our city as we have done throughout this past year. You know, there are facts concerning the city of Sunbury that cannot be challenged. We are the county seat of Northumberland County. We are the only city in Northumberland County that borders the Susquehanna River. We have the largest police force in the Susquehanna Valley that is responsible for our low crime rate. We have the best recreational opportunities in Northumberland County and probably the state of Pennsylvania for a community our size. We have the best municipal authority and housing authority, which is proven by various state awards. We have the newest and most aggressive redevelopment authority. You're sitting in the Degenstein Public Library, which is second to none within Northumberland County. We have our own Sunbury Community Hospital. We have affordable housing and low-cost investment opportunities, along with cooperative government structure and lower taxes than some other communities have. Now I'm going to talk about some facts and see where these facts are going to take us. Tonight I want to talk about the new city, as partially described in our new City of Sunbury Comprehensive Plan, and how we must market all our positive attributes. I'll emphasize how important continuing investment is within our community and how it will lead to actual changes in our vision. Nearly $11 million has been invested in our Front Street project. But basically, it was set up to improve our flood control system, but we're all aware of everything that was done on this side of the wall and the impact that we are hoping it has on our downtown business and the city overall. We cannot stop investing now. Now is a time when real estate is down, when innovative ideas are needed to create jobs, when taking a chance in our future will make a difference years from now for our children and future generations of Sunburyans. I'm talking about new home ownership. I'm talking about outside investment, creating new business within Sunbury. All of this is needed to continue to promote Sunbury as a center of Northumberland County. I did a little research, and in 10 years, vacant properties in the United States have increased by 50% to 10 million. Local governments have spent millions to maintain them. For example, Detroit spent $20 million since 2009. Chicago spent $875,000 to board up 675 properties in 2010 alone. Every town has these issues. The difference is we have met the challenge and have developed a plan of action. We must look at our housing opportunities as affordable housing and how it will help us create our new city. Aiming to change that image of Sunbury, most of your elected city leaders have been on a mission. Let me talk about the biggest impact in our community in 2011 and 12 and why I call it the city's resurrected redevelopment authority. Not since the 1970s has a group of dedicated people with the support of most of the city council truly changed the landscape of Sunbury. I'm not talking about change for the future, not change that may happen sometime, but actual physical change as we sit in this room right now. You can walk into various neighborhoods and see a missing old home that had been allowed to deteriorate and bring the entire neighborhood down with it. If you get a chance after the meeting, there's a scrapbook over here of some of the old redevelopment authority articles, like the creation of the high-rises. In the 1970s, there was a chairman by the name of Truman Purdy. It's a little ironic, but in the year 2012, we have a chairman by the name of Adam Purdy, and I'm sure his grandfather would be proud of him tonight. In the 70s, people said the high-rises would not work, yet they are still home to hundreds of Sunburyans. As of this date, the redevelopment authority has worked hand in hand with the affable home firm to acquire dilapidated properties at various levels. We all know that local mortgages don't exist anymore, that going down to your local bank and having a mortgage there forever is just something of the past. The legal process can be brutal, as well as it should, since we don't really want government coming into our homes and telling us what we have to do or what we must do. But when the time arrives that your neighbor's lack of sheer common decency impacts you and the entire neighborhood, then government is the only thing that can make a difference. And we will make a difference. Up to this time, you've seen some homes torn down and you've seen some empty lots throughout Sunbury. And I want to go through a couple of these pictures that we have up here. First of all, Councilman Ister is here, and I want to thank him because Jim's been pretty much in charge of the demolition. And it's ironic as we talk about this project, every one of these properties is handled in a different way. Before, over here to my right, if you remember, this is at the bottom of Cocker Street Hill, which is actually a 7th Street address. That home sat empty for quite a few years. And if you haven't been up by there in the last couple of weeks, as you can see, it's gone. This summer we plan on this. We don't feel this property is big enough to put a home in, so you're going to see this with some grass and some flowers and whatever we end up designing it by. But for the people that have ever come out 8th Street, when you come up to the stop sign, because I do that a lot in the summertime, you couldn't even see cars would hide in here. So we've clearly made it a safer street. We've clearly made it a better property. We've clearly improved that neighborhood, and that's just one project to get started. We have, for you people that are familiar with Alexander's on Market Street, this house was at the end of their property. Now it sits as an expansion of their property, so not only a home ownership or a neighborhood, but we've affected a business. We've increased the business. Alexander's tells me that they're going to have a major renovation, something in particular almost like they have over on the trail. I'm not exactly sure where they're getting the room to do all this, but here's an example of what we had and what we've done and helped one of our better businesses in the city of Sunbury by doing it. By establishing this, you have the opportunity to show other businesses that we want to be involved. We want to do what we can to help you because you're part of Sunbury. In the middle, this is the property at 202 Washington Avenue. You've probably read a lot about it. Most of you probably know where this property is at. This property, the City of Sunbury Redevelopment Authority now also owns. I think probably if I wanted to, Mike could probably explain to us how it took 3 different ways to get these properties, but the good thing is we got 3 ways to get them. We have them all. So they're all owned by the Redevelopment Authority. This will be a new home. This house is coming down. We're working on a package deal right now that this will be a lot. As you can see, some of the lots, not every lot's going to be used to build new homes, but lots are going to be used for what we feel, what the Redevelopment Authority feels we can put in those positions. This, I guarantee you, will be a brand new property. We're working with a builder right now as to how that's going to work. Our goal is to put a package together, municipal authorities involved, other people involved, but pretty much guarantee what's going to be built on that property. So the emphasis here is 3 complete different assets throughout the city of Sunbury, 3 different goals that we're reaching, 3 different directions that we're going, but every one of them is positive. A lot of the demolition is funded with block grant money. Some of the demolition is done by the city itself. Some of the demolition and the purchase of these homes, what we hope was going to happen is as we turn some of these homes over, the city council has already agreed that that money stays in the redevelopment authority so we can continue to go out throughout the city of Sunbury and take notice of this. So this is not something that's going to happen overnight, but as you can see, you can talk about it and you can do things. We're doing things. We cannot forget about the American dream to own a home. We have to look at the countrywide housing crisis and use our affordable property values as a plus to entice people to buy the new home in the city of Sunbury. These new homes will be throughout the city on parcels determined to benefit this program. As I said, different parcels will be developed in different ways. Each projecting building lot offers a unique opportunities for us to start the new city throughout the community. At the other end of my block, I live up on 8th Street. There's a young couple that moved there from Baltimore area for a better quality of life. Please believe me when I tell you there are more people looking into this type of lifestyle. I remember talking to him one afternoon. I was on the front sidewalks, and he said, you know, my kids go to school, they don't even have to walk through a metal detector. It's a style of life that we don't appreciate because we've lived here forever, but the selling of this and the marketing of this is going to be great for us in the future and give us the opportunity to bring those type of people in. Now it's time to talk about what I call the Riverview neighborhood development. This is a vision project, but I sincerely think it's realistic. The new comprehensive plan addresses this somewhat, but talks about it at the northern end of the city. I will recommend that we move it to the southern end of Sunbury. Our Riverview project will start by evaluating an entire block of South Front Street. We're gathering facts and figures to see if it is feasible to actually build a new type of home in Sunbury, but keep its costs realistic. A home that will offer off-street parking, 2 floors of living quarters, and will allow you to see above the wall and directly over the Susquehanna River. A Riverview development which will utilize the positive aspects of the Susquehanna River. This will be a unique development as we strive to locate retirees and younger people. I can see an elevator for the person that does not want to use the stairs anymore. I can see a maintenance-free home when it comes to yard work and front sidewalks for the retirees. I foresee an energy-efficient home with all the benefits that our city offers. Why not purchase a home that you can utilize a new walking path along the river? It's only a few blocks from the grocery store and all the downtown benefits. Younger people seek the opportunity to be able to walk or ride their bicycles. My goal is to have this presentation together by year's end. The city of Sunbury is 54% rental units, and I'm sure you've read that and heard that 100 times. But for many years, the city has made an effort to curb the rental units. The city's efforts to curtail rental units have, well, like I say, for over 20 years. I believe we need to explore a new direction. The direction does not always view rentals as bad things. A new look that says we have a lot of rental and we need to make that beneficial to Sunbury. We don't need to stop the creation of rental units, but rather make sure that the current rental units are at a new standard, a higher standard that will attract more investors, create higher prices on much nicer properties. City Council is currently reviewing, and I believe will pass, some part of a new landlord-tenant ordinance that will create our new standard. A standard that will create a new level of responsibility for both landlords and tenants. I also believe we'll turn the corner of the effectiveness of the current code office. We're going to be changing the concept of department from the don't ask and don't tell when it comes to issues in our neighborhoods to we want to know because we're going to act on the complaints and we're going to fix the problems. Currently, Councilman Troops, Kevin Troop, Todd Snyder, and Jim Eister are holding meetings to redefine the office responsibility under the new ordinance as we try to create a much improved and user-friendly atmosphere for those who want to invest in our community. Because we want more contractors. We want people to come in and fix our city. I hear that all the time, that people don't want to come in and work, and we're going to find out why, because if people want to spend their money and fix their properties, that's what we want to encourage. The last thing we want to do is step in front of them and slow them down to get that accomplished. As we use the new city comprehensive plan, we must not forget that this is clearly the beginning of a 10-year plan, and we want to be able to celebrate our 250th anniversary with much more success stories.